Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and today I'm in a 2023 Chevrolet Equinox with my wonderful wife, Heather. It's her day off today, so I figured I'd get her in the car driving because she has a lot of experience with Equinoxes. She drives them at work. So in this video, I'm going to film the exterior, interior, and I'll tell you the sticker. We'll show you about pricing, stuff like that. And then we'll come back and get her thoughts on this Equinox as a fleet vehicle and as now in a fully loaded vehicle and get the differences. So let's go ahead and check that stuff out right now. Okay, let's go ahead and check this out for the inside and the exterior. I'll do exterior first. I'm gonna flip it around, put the sun behind me because, yeah, it's right in my face. So let's get out and check this out. This is the new color for this year, Sterling Gray Metallic. Oh, and I'll show you what's new this year. I printed out the form on Chevrolet's media site. Oh, yep, keys left in there, beeped, fine. So this is your exterior. And it's got a nice coat of the ice on it this morning because it's been cold overnight. And I tend to really like this look. I mean, it looks like a sharp SUV. You'll hear more of my wife later talking about how it hasn't changed a whole lot. But I do kind of like this look. I think it works well. I think like the roof rails, I think the styling. Equinox is nice on the sides. It's a little bit dirty, and that's fine. It looks good though. Coming on the sides. Ties in really nice. All-wheel drive Premier back there, Equinox there, and then I'll pop this. Come on up. Okay, so we have a good amount of storage back here. I can probably fit my golf clubs sideways. I don't know if I can fit them across. My driver's pretty long. I do have the seats. I can pull those down from over here, so I can fold those down. 60-40 split, so it looks pretty good back there. And then we'll have a button, like the button. And then, yeah. So let me come over here and do one more walk with it. Kind of a two-tone look here too, as we're on the mirrors. And then, yeah. Like I said, I'm going to flip it around so the sun's behind me, and then we'll take a look at this interior. Okay, now that I can see the interior with the sun behind me, nice two-tone here, good size grab handle there as well. Two-tone, some plastic, but that's okay. I mean, it's an Equinox, it's the lower level trim of stuff, a lower level vehicle. Some lighting controls there. I have the controls here, steering wheel, plus I still have Chevrolet's change the volume back here and tuning on the other side. Pretty handy how to do that. There is your dash, analog gauges all the way around. And then I don't know, yeah, I have 23 mile per gallon average currently on 431 miles. Here's your center screen. And so this is nice. It's kind of blended in. It doesn't stand out. I still have really good visibility out here without having this up so high. I have some HVAC controls, some duplicate HVAC controls. I'll turn those heated seats immediately. And this screen, yeah, you get some icons, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have some cameras. You can see around me. Forward camera and reverse cameras. I can change different viewpoints, so that's pretty nice for this trim level. I have wireless charging in here as well. I have some park sensors. All-wheel drive. I have a button for all-wheel drive here. I have the shifter, parking brake, little storage there, little storage bin there. Actually, that's a pretty good amount of storage for this type of vehicle. That's really deep. I was surprised by that. Two-tone there in the seats. I have good seats back there. Pretty decent leg room, and then the panel moonroof, and then I have a sunglass holder, which I always like sunglass holders. Well, people are doing them. I have controls here for the sunroof and for the panel roof as well. Let's talk what's new with 2023. We have new exterior colors, radiant red tint coat, output to 175 horsepower with standard 1.5 liter turbo engine, which is what in this. E-Boost electronic power assisted brakes. Midnight Sport Editions available on LS trim. So you have LS, LT, RS, and Premier trims all-wheel drive. There's a power liftgate that's standard. Heated front seats are standard on Premier, RS available on LT. Heated rear outboard seats available on Premier, which would be those seats back there. And I believe they have heated seats back there. 7-inch display is standard. 8-inch display diagnose system is standard on Premier, so that's 8-inch. 7-inch wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We talked about that. Wi-Fi hotspot, and some select safety systems like HD surround view, Chevy Assist standard, emergency braking, fall and distance, forward collision alert, pedestrian lane keep assist, and IntelliBeam automatic high beams. So it's got a 1.5 liter turbo engine, 6-speed automatic, front-wheel drive standard, all-wheel drive available, and it's got pretty good cargo room. Let me check those rear seats real fast, because now I'm curious. Oh, and I have a Bose sound system there as well, and seat settings, and then I can change how far the liftgate goes up and down. Okay. Yeah, I have heated lower and bottom outboard seats, and then heated upper as well. USB's there, HVAC controls there, and like I said, pretty good leg room, pretty good headroom, and yeah, I like it back here. So this you could fit 4 people pretty comfortably. Well, I'm 5'7", so 4 people at moderate height. Let's head back to the rest of the video. Okay, so now we're back here on the road, and again, I can tell you a lot about this vehicle, but she can tell you more. So I figured let's have her drive, not make her drive. Let's have her drive. So you have experienced these at work, and I know you have probably some fleet models, some LT fleet models.
We do have a couple that are a little bit higher, high-end or higher trim level. They don't all have the leather interior, but yeah, they are more of the fleet model or fleet level.
Okay, so what are your thoughts overall on the Equinox?
You know, the Equinox itself it's a good car to drive. I know that they're pretty reliable as far as the fleet car goes. When I get an Equinox at work, I am confident that doesn't matter what the roads are going to be like, I'll be okay.
Okay.
They are pretty, I don't know how to put it, but they haven't changed a whole lot. And so I know that if I get into the 2019 at work versus this 2023, a lot of the buttons are going to be the exact same. A lot of the way to connect my phone is going to be the same. Everything is still located in the same. There hasn't been a lot of changes with the Equinox. So it's pretty a pretty typical setup for Chevy, and it hasn't changed a lot. So if you don't like changing from one style to the other very often, then this is a good car for you.
Yeah. What do you think about you know, I see you try to hit cruise there, but I think you got to turn cruise on, then you go.
Yeah, I accidentally turned it off.
Well, it's tough.
Right,
it's tough to do this stuff on camera. Trust me, this is not the easiest skill to have in the world. Drive and talk, and while you're filming, think about stuff. But let's talk overall. You know, I know sound is a concern of you a lot of times with loud vehicles and things. So, do you feel like this is quieter than your fleet vehicles, or do you feel like it's about the same noise?
This is quieter than the fleet vehicle. This trim level, there isn't as much road noise as I would expect with the fleet vehicle, or what I usually encounter with that. I feel like with this one, I would be able to use Bluetooth through the car audio and be able to listen to a book that I've streamed, versus in the others, I use the car audio if I'm taking a phone call, but if I'm listening to an audio book, I choose to go with my headphones because of the road noise.
Okay, that's a good point.
I can hear it a lot better with the earbuds.
And that's something that we don't always talk about on this channel, but we should. Alright, that's not something we talk about in this channel, but we should, is that higher trim levels tend to have more sound deadening in them. They have better materials, and so it does make a difference, especially if you're gonna, you go check a vehicle. A lot of people go rent a vehicle from like a Hertz or an Enterprise, and they're always like, "My gosh, it's terrible."
Yeah.
I'm like, well, yeah. those are
base cars.
Those are base cars. Yeah. So I definitely encourage you to try higher trim levels. Usually for $3,000 or $4,000 difference, you tend to get just an overall better experience. But I mean, in this price point, this thing is $38,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money for this size vehicle, in my opinion. You know, I know we were talking about a little bit beforehand. It's got a turbocharged engine. It's got automatic transmission. It's got all-wheel drive. It rides fine. It's not like something you ride home about. It accelerates fine. It's not. It's
not an exciting.
Yeah, I think this is a good SUV, but I don't think it's a wow SUV. I think that's what we say, right?
No, it's not.
There's nothing really in this vehicle that's like a big exciting home run, but it's a solid choice.
Which is interesting you say that, because the next thing I thought about is safety features, and the fact that we have a preteen.
Yep.
And this would be a good preteen car because of all the safety features, and the fact that you can set it to annoy you with an alarm if you speed.
Right, it's got.
Set it.
Well, that's one thing that
Do a whole bunch
Chevrolet
of different
does
things.
great is they have a teen driver option on these new vehicles, and that may not always help out everybody buying brand new, but used vehicle, this becomes used 3 or 4 years, it's gonna help out those buyers, because this is, again, this would be a great college car, right? A good run to college car. You have teen driving assist. You learn how to drive this thing. You have all safe technology. Plus, it's newer, which means you have better crash testing and crash safety in this vehicle too. So you feel a lot safer. So as she referenced, we have a preteen, and we're debating what kind of vehicle to buy for them. And I know a lot of people, they want to go cheap. They want to go cheap. Don't buy new. Buy something old, used,
Even
cheap.
Cody said that. He
Right.
said a junker at lunch.
Go buy a junker,
today.
right? So, well, the problem with that is, if your teenager gets in an accident with a junker,
Yeah.
it's gonna hurt them a lot.
Yeah.
You know, all that energy that's put out in an accident goes through your body and doesn't go through the vehicle. So, yeah. I don't know. Hold on. It's pretty cool today, so we're having some technical difficulties with the GoPro mount. So bear with us there a little bit. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, I think I'd probably go lesser trim level if we're doing a hand-me-down for kid for this.
Yeah.
I just don't see $38,000 when I'm looking around this vehicle.
No.
I just don't see it, but I can see this being a good entry level as you go down the level a little bit, something more comfortable at a price point, and something that, yeah, you just, you know, but, you know, as far as, if you do want to spend the money, you are getting, you know, quite a bit. The materials are nice, the leather's nice touch, the screen's a good placement, it blends in, doesn't stand out so bad, like some vehicles have this big iPad mounted to the dash. The buttons are nice, soft touch buttons. It does have a little bit more luxury-ish feel for a Chevrolet than you typically would find.
Yeah, and I really appreciate all of the little extra things, like the storage pockets and the extra chargings, and all of the little stuff. Like here, I can control how high the
Seat is.
the
The tailgate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a tailgate adjustment. It's right inside the cabin, so when you pop that tailgate, you can turn that down so it doesn't open all the way and smack your garage door. Or not saying we've ever done that.
I did
And it's got a panel moonroof, right?
Yeah, it has. I haven't messed with it because we've had a blizzard the past couple of days.
Yeah. This sat parked for a few days while we were dealing with the blizzard. But
Now,
yeah,
you know,
a nice panel moonroof. I mean, some people like it, some people don't. I get it. And yeah.
going back to that tailgate, it also has that hands-free lift, and what's really cool is it puts a small bow tie light on the pavement, so you know exactly where to wave your foot.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen that before, and I really liked that. I was at the grocery store yesterday. My hands are full, and there's the little bow tie, and it opened right up.
And you know, I tell people all the time that, you know, the more premium trim has more features, and gosh darn it, sometimes you want those features.
Yeah.
You do. All right, those are kind of our thoughts on this 2023 Chevy Equinox. Anything we're leaving out?
You know, I guess one more thing I want to point out, something I really do like, and it could be just because I'm old school, but there isn't as much digital stuff. Like you mentioned that it does have the screen that is more blended in. It's nice that all of the climate control stuff, all of the radio, everything like that is still buttons, not a touch screen that I have to navigate through. One of the things that I absolutely hate right now about one of the cars we have is the fact that I have to push this button in order to get to the climate control. Then I have to push this button in order to get to here. And here I can say, well, my feet are cold. Click. I want heat on this. Click. And so it's nice to have that more classic panel sometimes, but it could just be I'm old school.
Yeah, no, it is nice. Sometimes digital screens are nice, but sometimes you just get too much going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hey, for more, check the videos over here, website down below. As always, thanks for watching. We will see you, clunk, down the road.